Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Crockett Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to a special midday edition of the Warzone. Say, man, get on the phone and call somebody and tell them the legend is in the building. Who am I? I'm the 5-star general. They say it's 26 counts. A federal indictment was dropped and unsealed today. And former school board president Rhonda Skillern Jones is caught up in the middle. It's finna be some snitching going on. I can promise you that. Let's get to it, man. Say, man, I want to welcome you to a special edition of the War Zone and tell you thank you for taking time out of your day to tune in to me, man. We had a few technical difficulties a few minutes earlier, so I had to reboot the computer and get up in here and get ready to rock and roll with y'all. I'm still in Minneapolis, Minnesota, being in Indianapolis, Indiana over the weekend. I want you to sit back and take a seat. Some days I feel like a prophet. I feel like the higher power has me on this mission because for many, many years, these school systems have used our children up and they have made tons of money on illegal activity on our kids. I put my hat on because I want to look like the Reaper. Because the Reaper, Sweet Daddy Williams, JD's Revenge, everybody coming to get y'all. Now, I know you're sitting there watching, so let's get into it. Today, a 26-count indictment. Let's put the screen up so that you can see. Former HISD Chief Operating Officer, District Vendor indicted in alleged bribery scheme. So give you a little insight on this thing. Let's do it like this here. Former Chief Operating Officer and Contract Vendor with the Houston Independent School District have both been indicted for conspiring in a bribery scheme, announced Acting U.S. Attorney Jennifer Lowry. On Thursday, former Chief Operating Officer Brian Busby and HISD Contract Vendor Anthony Hutchinson were arrested last Thursday. Rhonda Skillern Jones, former HISD School Board President, 39 years old. Derek Sanders, 50, the Officer of Construction Services. Alfred Hoskins, General Manager of Facilities, Maintenance, and Operations. Jerron Hall, Area Manager for Maintenance. And Louis Tolliver, 39, Area Manager for Maintenance North, all entered plea agreements in connection to the scheme, according to officials. Now, I want to go back and I want to tell you this here so we can get this straight. I've been telling y'all for the longest that these people are who they are. I've been telling y'all for the longest that these people have been robbing our kids, stealing millions of dollars, all of that. But the one thing that concerns me the most is a former school board president who just left the board 2 years ago, has been indicted in this scheme. So let's go back so I can put this up for y'all so that you can see it. And I think that's about as big as I can make it, guys. So let me see if I can make this bigger for you. No, yeah, we can do it like that. Okay, so let's go down here. This is where it gets interesting. Okay. Now, we want to know about the school board president. Okay. Sanders, Hoskins, Hall, and Tolliver have admitted that they helped award or refrain from interfering in, let's make sure we got this. We got this where we need it. We need, there we go. Interfering in the award of HISD jobs to Hutchinson, typically at Busby's insistence. As part of her plea, Skillern Jones, former board president, admitted that in return for bribe payments from Hutchinson, she caused an expenditure of funds for landscaping and construction projects to be placed on a 2007 HISD board agenda and voted to approve it. They were eventually awarded to Hutchinson. In her plea, she admitted Busby personally delivered thousands of dollars in bribe payments to her from Hutchinson. Thousands of dollars in bribe payments delivered to the school board president, a position that they adamantly scream that school board trustees don't get paid. I kept telling you school board trustees get paid under the table. I keep telling you that these people are accepting these bribes. They're getting this money. They're messing over our kids. They're doing all this. Now, the strange thing, and I'm just saying that the strange thing about all of this, if we go back 2 years ago, and I'm not implicating these two women in this at all, but it just seems strange that all three black people got off the school board at the same time. Yolanda Jones didn't run again. Wanda Adams didn't run. She went to be a judge. Skillern Jones left and went and ran for ACC. And I told y'all that these people were trying to get away from something. So I'm not implicating Wanda and Yolanda in anything. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you that everybody left at one time. But Monroe crazy. He loud. He belligerent. Man, shut the fuck up. I know what I'm talking about. Now, in my Ice Cube voice, I will say this. It ain't over, motherfucker. I made you a promise that I wanted to run for school board and I wanted to do the right thing. I'm not going to take no money, going to take care of the kids. But if you mess with my race, you're going to have a problem. The problems have begun. It's the beginning of the dominoes falling. Now, here's the question. Who does Rhonda Skillern Jones work for? She works for Rodney Ellis. So the question is, Thunder says, is there anyone left who has not influenced by the corruption? There's several people left that's corrupt on the board. There's several people left on the board that are corrupt, and I know what they're doing. So my thing is, it doesn't matter if you stop. We already know what you're doing. The thing about these white collar criminals that we're dealing with right now, they don't hide what they're doing. They do it out there. And now we're wondering why the black kids don't have anything on their side of town, because our representation is too busy taking the money under the table to screw them. They're too busy taking the money under the table. So if you're just tuning in, former school board president Rhonda Skillern Jones was in a 26-count indictment unsealed today in federal court. She cut the deal. She snitched. So let me ask y'all a question. Do the rules apply to her? Do the no snitching rules apply to her? Because she just violated them. Let me tell all you crooked old school politicians that think that your hands clean. Your hands not clean, homie. I've been telling y'all people been talking forever, man. Y'all people, you can't handle that pressure when you sitting in that back room and they got you in there and it's just you and them people. You can't handle that pressure. And I tell you one thing about me. I ain't never snitched to the city, the state, or the feds. No room you set me in back in the day was I gonna snitch, but your school board president did. So every one of you black politicians should be on alert right now because you're dirty. One of your top lieutenants got. One of your top lieutenants got today. But it ain't over. It ain't over, bro. You're going to get more y'all. It's more y'all going down, man. for what y'all been doing to our kids. And I'm going to tell you, so I don't care how you feel about me, for one reason. You couldn't handle me from day one. So when y'all seen me, I did it wide open. We get all that information and take it to them people. When I drop that stuff off, I drop it off and I move on. If they use it, they use it. If they don't, they don't. But you can best believe anything I dropped off to law enforcement, it was airtight. There is no loyalty to you folk. And maybe next time you'll decide to leave my election alone, because I'm coming to see all of y'all. The Reaper coming to see all of y'all. Turner, Hidalgo, Ellis, Sheila, Rodney, Adrian. And it's sad that the DA won't do nothing. We can't drop nothing off over there for her to investigate because she won't go after these people. So you have no choice but to take it to the highest power. But I tell you what, walk light. And when I dial your phone, you better pick it up. You better pick it up. If there's an issue in my community, you better pick up the phone. If there's an issue on the north side, you better pick up the phone. City council members, Tasha Jackson, and that bogus real estate deal you got going on out there in Greenspoint, when I dial your phone, you better pick up. If not, you ain't gonna have to worry about if you live in the right address to run for public office. You know why? Because you're going to fuck around and be in cell block C with CB4. Say, man, it's a reason why I am the best in the business. Somebody called me a legend this morning after they heard this. Why I embrace my status. Tonight, 7 o'clock, YouTube and Facebook. Tell them, Rodney, I am the 5-star general. Remember, this business, this ain't personal. And if you upset that one of your lieutenants got today, we can take it to the streets. But you'll lose in the courtroom and you'll lose in the streets. We ready for you. We ready for you. Until then, 7 o'clock tonight, I'll holler at you. Skillern Jones, don't drop the soap, baby. Snitch.